Hello everybody, it's Tom again. It's been a while, I know. It's been probably a week or two since my last update for my power rankings, along with any NFL news. Today I'm here to talk about the Lions. Lions have had a very interesting season, off-season this year. I mean, they released a number of players, brought in a few, re-signed a few, but, I mean, the ones I'm talking about today are the players of interest. Like, two players of interest that were released were Mike Furry and Ronald Curry. Both have done decent for what was needed in Detroit. But then again, if you're in Detroit and you're a wide receiver, you're probably playing a position other than wide receiver, considering most of that entire team is nothing but wide receivers. It seems like every year they draft a wide receiver. And for players that left via free agency, I mean, you got Sean McDonald. I mean, that was a wide receiver I thought that they wouldn't want to lose. It's just, he left. I mean, he's been around for a while, has done very well for them, maybe had an off year or two the last couple, but overall you can't do much. Players of interest that were acquired, I mean, you got Grady Jackson. I mean, that's a name that everybody knows. Grady Jackson is one of the best run stuff in defensive tackles and has done very well pushing the line as well. I mean, for how long was he over in Atlanta, helping that Atlanta team that has had suspect defense sometimes, but then very good defense other times. I mean, he's just been a rock. You can't deny what he's done. For Larry Foote, on the other hand, for what they picked up from the Steelers, I mean, you get a guy who's been to the Super Bowl this year, or this past season, and he's been around for a decent amount of time in the league. He's shown who he is, what he's done, and now he's needing to be on a team on the latter side of his career. I mean, he was replaced for a lot of times last year in terms of passing downs because he couldn't keep up with the coverage. Now, I understand he was hurt some of the time last year, but you really can't do much. The guy they brought in, there was no downside to him. He did really good. Now, for the first time, and I cannot think of how long, the draft, they did not draft a wide receiver. I mean, it seems like every year, all you hear is them picking up the best wide receiver, best wide receiver, best wide receiver. This year, they went with Matthew Stafford. Stafford, I'm not even high on. I mean, he's good, but he should have stayed in till he was a 4-year quarterback. I mean, he's coming into a team that they're going to rely on heavily if Culpepper does not work out. I mean, Culpepper has to stay healthy again this year. He doesn't, guess what? Stafford has to go in. There's no choice. Now, he's going to be helped out a lot with Brandon Pettigrew, who is pretty much NFL ready. I mean, coming out of Oklahoma State, he was one of the best blocking tight ends in the NCAA and did a wonderful job his entire career. He was a very good receiving tight end, even though he was only short range. But with his height, I mean, think about it. You get into the red zone, that's really going to help the Lions in the long run. The only problem is now they need to make sure they get a somewhat running game. Not that they don't have that, they just need to work on it. They need to get their offensive line up and going. Which, if I were them, I would look into getting John Runyon, who is an unrestricted free agent off of Philadelphia. And for those who know me, I am an Eagles fan, and I'm very upset to see that he left. Or, not left, but, like, they haven't signed him. But if he could get to the Lions, he's guaranteed to start. I mean, he's just coming off surgery, yes. He is 30 plus, he is like 35, 36 years old, yes. But he has so much tenacity in him. He is such a driven individual to keep going. I mean, you really can't deny what he does and brings. Plus, not to mention the amount that he could really, really teach the younger guys to do. But beyond that, this was a really short one. There wasn't much I could say about the Lions, but what can you say about the Lions? The next team I'm going to be talking about will be the Cincinnati Bengals. Well, I will see you guys around then, and have fun.